Hello, screenwriters, and welcome to Writing for Screens, the screenwriting step-by-step project. Volume 176, number 176. My name is Glenn Gers, and I come to you every Monday through Friday, if I can make it, at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, in order to show you my process for writing a script, let you look over my shoulder, share my screen as I go through the day-to-day, step-by-step, scene-by-scene process, because I feel that this is a part of screenwriting teaching that is under-taught. Everyone talks about what makes a great script, but one thing that really makes a great script is actually being able to write the script, to get all those brilliant ideas and characters and scenes into pages, scenes, lines. The process of figuring out how you're going to make the outline and how you're going to get to the rough draft and how you're going to rewrite it. I just want to show you how I do that, how I learned to do it, taught myself in a 25-year career writing for movies and TV, in case it is helpful to you when you are facing the blank page. Only take from this what is good for you. Everybody's different. Everybody works different. Everyone's working on different things. So there's no way that somebody can tell you this is the only way to write or this is the best way to write. Whatever makes things work for you, that's the best way. As long as you're healthy, you're not hurting anyone, you're not hurting yourself, and you're getting stuff done, that works. I'm just trying to show you some tricks, some tips that I think help in terms of organizing the project and doing the day-to-day work. Hello, Jean. Hello, 99 Precinct. Haven't seen you in a while. Maria, wow, you have not made it in a long time. I am so glad that you are here. Hello. And 99 Precinct, it's been a while. Hey, and wow, Jean's made it. Everybody's here. Okay. So yeah, anyway, just finishing my intro, the point is this is not the only way to do it. Take what works for you. And the main thing is, while these little step-by-step hours are lovely, the thing that I am trying to teach the most, the thing that I think is most valuable, is the rest of my channel, is the lessons. I have created short videos, 10 minutes each, that try to condense down what I think is helpful on any topic. So you'll see the thumbnail say theme or genre or dramatic action. And you can just watch that 10-minute video. It will give you some tips and ideas that you can hopefully use in a practical way, your way. That's the main thing about this channel. This step-by-step thing, you don't have to watch all of them. Please, you don't have to watch 176 hours of this. I just thought it would be helpful to show people the process, because these theories about how you write, even mine, they don't matter as much as the real day-to-day figuring it out. Hello, this is Kitschy. I am all right, Maria. Very good to see you. I was thinking about you because there's been a lot of Star Wars in the media lately. A lot of shows and things are starting. Phil is here. Hello. Jean says hi. So yeah. Hello, Rachel. Oh boy, everyone's piling in. Okay, so let's get to work. Thank you. The lessons are the best. I really have to say. I mean, I love doing these videos. I think it's amazing that these have worked out. But the point of this channel is those lesson videos, which you can use just sort of like as like mix and match ideas to use the way you think is good. Wait, you've watched it? You are responsible for 36 watches of 6 questions? That's so cool. Hello, Jenny. Never seen you before. Nice to have you here. Okay, let's actually get to work. Enough of the socializing. We've got work to do. All right. So if you recall, we were just starting to rough in a new, better version of Zena breaking into the house, which is going to bring the entire story, all the different storylines up to date, bring them together. And that is the task right now. Hi, Kirby, is just to get these things roughed in. I think if you say this is the sort of thing I think really helps with the screenwriting. Handheld selfies herself. Well, she's selfieing, so it's herself. so you don't have to say that word. Every word that you can get rid of that's just extra clutter helps people see the words that are left better. I'm not saying you shouldn't have as many words as you need, but don't have the ones that you don't need. Wow. Okay, Phil. Thank you. That is great to hear. I am so honored that I could be useful. That is the point of this. All right. Hello, Natasha. Good to see you. All right. So she is sneaking in, pulling down the trap door. We don't need that. Okay. Look at that, less words. What I was thinking was, since she's going to pull down the door, then I don't have to say pull down trapdoor, just the trapdoor in the ceiling. Eerily. Okay. Okay, so here we are. Now she is time cut news story. Let's just copy that and use it again. Boom, boom, boom. All right. All right. Cobwebbed. Searching the cobwebbed clutter beneath low tilted in roof. The dusty cobwebbed clutter. Searching among dusty cobwebbed clutter beneath a low tilted in roof. Low, tilted in. There's got to be a better way to say that. Horror of Dracula. Well, that's suitable. Searches. Try and avoid ings if you can. Try and avoid ing because it's essentially passivizing. Ing. If possible, your verbs should not have is, was, be, or ing. All right. Yeah, but the thing is, it's not really low angled. Low angled suggests that we're looking up at it, but what I'm saying is it's tilted in on us. Hello, Ches. Yeah, I'm just going to say steep, a low tipped, leaned in, kind of. Natasha, wow, congratulations. Bravo. Thank you, Maria. Pitched. Huh, that's not, yes, let's say pitched. Pitched roof. Low vaulted roof. Almost. The only thing about vaulted is that it suggests curves. Although I know technically vaulting is not, but it suggests curves or something sort of more ornate. Dark, dusty, cobweb clutter beneath, low. Angles of the roof. Crooked angles of the roof. Okay. Cool. Vaulted. Comes to a point upward in the middle. Plain language. Yes, indeed. Yeah, that's all good. Glare of her phone flashlight lighting up the all right. Lights. Roves over. Okay, hang on. Jennifer Nicole. Hello, Jennifer. How do I write a voiceover narration when a character is writing a letter? This one's easy. In fact, it comes in. Yeah. It was Okay, the way a voiceover works. The different time and place as the other character reading the letter she's received. Basically the way it works, and we're actually going to be doing this here, is Zena. This is what, in fact, it's already programmed into Final Draft. You write Zena parentheses V period O period. That stands for voiceover. And then we know that what she's saying is a voiceover. Okay. This is it. This. So. This is it. Georgia's secret files. Look at that. Oh, see? I'm going to cut this and paste it right up here. Boom. I'm putting parentheses around things that I have not decided. All right, so here we go. See, this is when you want to have a voiceover, you write the name. It's in the character line above the dialogue. It says voiceover. Depending on, as you're saying, in this case, Zena is voiceovering a recording. However, in your case, we would see Fred reading the letter and Zena voiceover, and then we would know that it's Zena's voice from the letter, and that's how you would do it. Hi, Butte. Midnight here. So sorry to keep you up late. We don't use ingesting, B was. I'm not sure about ingesting. I would say you do. You could use ingesting. Oh, ingesting is in ing. Yes. Can I please elaborate? Here's the deal. Passive verbs. For instance, if you say Zena searching the attic, that is actually a passive state. She is searching. Whereas searches the attic is an action. It's an active. She is searching. So autocorrect. Yeah, I thought that might be. Okay. So the reason that it would be better to say, as I did, searches the attic than Zena searching the attic, because searching implies is searching, which is a state of being. And that's what you do not want. You do not want to describe people being something. Ideally, they are doing something. Even if they are sitting around, they sit at the table and read, or they sit at the table and watch the passing activity. But what they do not do is just sitting at the table, if you can help it. As Maria accurately says, you want to use power verbs, active verbs, verbs that are about action, things happening right now, as well as stuff that's just generally being, which are passive verbs, as in, he is angry, which is actually, that's okay, but it would be better to suggest his anger with other things. Okay. All right. How much time should I spend writing and editing, knowing that any script will be rewritten anyway? Well, that's tricky. The answer is, oh, Phil says, awesome. Okay. How much should you say? You should spend as much as it takes to get it done. If you can get it written, knowing it's going to be rewritten, but if you can get a readable draft, one that you're not like, oh, that's terrible, I'm ashamed to show people that. But if you get something that's like, oh, that's pretty good, I know it's going to be rewritten, but it's pretty good, then if that's, it depends on your circumstances. If you are doing nothing but writing, there are people, famously, there are people who have written scripts in a weekend. And there are people who have taken a year to write a script. I have taken years to write a script. Not working every day full time. You work on it a little, you put it aside, you do other things, you have jobs. If you are working full time, if you are a full-time paid screenwriter, you are expected to hand in a draft within 8 to 12 weeks, usually. Unless it's a TV show, in which case it's 1 week or 2 weeks. However, you've been given a scene-by-scene, moment-to-moment outline, so that takes up a lot of writing time is outlining, is figuring it out. But the answer is there is no right answer to how much time should you spend. You should spend as much time as it takes to create a readable draft. There have been times for me that's been pretty quick. But there's also times when that has been, like I said, bit by bit over a year or two more. I mean, I've got projects I'm working on now that I started in the 90s. Admittedly, it's a novel, but still, obviously, I put that away for years at a time. But there isn't a right time to. Everybody's situation is different. Also, how much time should you spend knowing it will be written anyway? Well, I mean, how much spending writing the script and outlining the script, planning the script, figuring out the script usually takes longer than writing the script. Writing includes coming up with the story and the characters. to me, that's always 2/3 or more of my writing time. Like if I'm writing a script and it's going to take 2 months, that means that's 6 months before that of figuring out the story and the characters. There's other people, there's times that you can write something in a week. It doesn't matter, as much as it takes, because yes, it will be rewritten, but you don't, like what I'm doing now. When I'm writing this, I've got here, I know I'm going to have to come up with a name. I don't feel like coming up with it right now, so I left it blank up here, and now I'm just putting placeholders in, and that means I'll be able to get this done faster. Eventually, you have to get that, it's not a readable draft until that kind of stuff is gone, until you've written every scene relatively well. Famously, let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. Walter Mosley said, "It's done when you know that everything you need to fix, you can't fix yet." And I think that's a really, really great quote. As in, if you work until you get to this point. I know this character needs work, or I bet that this isn't a big enough bang at this scene. However, as is the best I can do at the moment, then you make it as readable as you can, and you show it to people, and you work on something else, and then you go back to it. This is where he's got the... He identifies. Not identifies as, identifies. This is where he identifies the chemistry set killer. This is where he... This is where he's kept the evidence. This is where he's kept the evidence that identifies the chemistry set killer. Okay. Yeah, no. The outline is so much harder. This is always so funny to me. If you are applying for a writing job, not like a staff job, but like to do a job writing a particular project, like a movie or something, they want you to, quote, come up with a take. Coming up with a take means you go in and you basically tell them the story and the characters and the attitude. The problem is, that's the hard part. That's the thing that takes months to really figure out in detail. So one of the things that professional writers have to learn is how to sort of get the big picture. And this is, by the way, why I did come up with Maria's favorite video, The 6 Questions. What was it about? What do they want? These questions, the basics of the... here, there's a video on that. Hold on. If you can figure out the rough shape of the story, the main moves, the big set pieces and characters and the core of the story, without getting all the details, but saying, I know this is going to be like a cool, chase scene on top of a gondola, without stopping to work out every detail. Hopefully you could do that in a week or two. However, that's really professional, and that's going from something. In other words, somebody has come to you and said, how would you rewrite this script, or how would you adapt this book, or what would you do with this idea? Sometimes it's just a topic, like, people donating their bodies to drug testing for pharmaceutical companies. Anyway, the point is, that part, that can really take you months to really figure it out. However, ideally you want to try and come up with that pretty quick if you're trying to get a job. The other reason to go pretty quick is you might not get the job, so don't kill yourself. So that is it. That is my answer. Take some stress off. Good. It should. Stress, it is hard enough to be an artist. De-stress. If there are things that you have expectations that are causing you stress, big tip, change the expectations. Maybe you're not trying to work so fast, or maybe you're not trying to achieve so much with each step. Whatever it is, whatever makes you less stress, that's good. Okay. This is extreme. Also, the action, what would the action be if I chose to have the character Clara writing the letter on her desk? The action would be Clara writes a letter at her desk with the lamp at night. That's what you would write. And then you would write VO, Clara, if it's her voice. And then, or with her as the voiceover, after transition from read. Yeah, you've got it. You've already answered your own question. You know what you want to do. Just write it down in script format, and I think you will find it totally works. You know what? I think that she's going to say something else here. Oh my God. It's here. This is it. Oh my God, it's here because we're going to... There we go. Like he said. All right. This is George's secret files, where he kept the evidence, identifying. Okay, so now we are going to do a time cut and copy and paste. Boom. All right. But I don't think he meant someone else is going to rewrite it. I think that he meant, knowing I'm going to rewrite this, why should I spend a lot of time on it? Which I understand. And the answer is you shouldn't spend more time on it because rewriting is part of writing. So to say it's going to be rewritten, then, like to say, oh, I know I'm going to make this better later, so I don't have to make it good now. Yeah, make it as good as you can, because that just saves, down the line, you will be looking back and saying, why did you leave this? I have to figure it out now. So, save yourself in the future. It's sort of a time travel concept. You can save your future self from suffering as a screenwriter. If that is what you meant, Mike. However, if what you're saying is what Maria thought you meant, which is, why should I bother to write this well if somebody's just going to rewrite it? No, you got to write it as best you can. Hopefully somebody else won't rewrite it. And it may at worst be you who has to rewrite it. But the answer, if it's why should I bother to write this well if somebody else is going to change it, then it's why should I bother to work on anything ever? Okay. Okay. Wait a second. How to write a treatment. Looking through your lessons, wondered if you have one on how to write a treatment. Is your process to write a treatment after you've had okay. Now we're getting into something that is going to be painful. I hate treatments. I think treatments are demonic. I think that treatments are a plague upon screenwriters from producers. The treatments only exist so that a producer doesn't have to read a script, or so the producer can imagine, be promised what a script will tell them down the line, since it hasn't been written yet. Either way, a treatment is a prose description of a script. This is you can never write something in treatment form that is going to have the same experience as a script. So basically you are writing a crappy version of a good thing. It's And it's only because a producer either doesn't want to read a whole thing or they want to know that it's okay, it's going to be good when you write it, which is dumb because the treatment is not the script. So no matter how good the treatment is, you're still going to have to solve all sorts of different problems in a script. The prose of a treatment, the writing form of treatments, which is a prose summary, is an art form in which you have to sort of hype things and describe them without actually detailing them. It's terrible. It is bad for screenwriters to think that way. It is the antithesis of writing a dramatic scene. So therefore, as far as I'm concerned, if somebody is not offering you money, cash up front to write a treatment, do not write it. And if somebody says, I'm a producer, I don't want to read your script, send me a treatment, say politely, screw you, here's a one-paragraph summary or a one-page pitch version of it, but that's all you get. If you are not interested enough in that, don't read it. Don't summarize in 20 pages a script. The treatments are awful. I hate treatments. Don't write them unless somebody is paying for you. If somebody's paying you for it, all I can say is you kind of have to balance creating the scenes without actually writing the scenes. So it's sort of like a fancy outline. And the thing I would say is outline first. Outline your treatment. And to do that, I would say use this video, how to outline. But truly, treatments are a different creature. They are a creature of the business. They are a creature of people who don't understand filmmaking or writing. They are a token, a fungible token. They're not even NFTs. They're just crappy summaries of better things. So my answer is, if somebody's saying, I'm a producer, I have to read scripts, I don't want to read them, so send me a treatment, say, no, I'll send you a one-page pitchy summary thing, in which, by the way, don't give away the ending, so that you make them want to read the script. That's the key. Thank you. Thank you. You guys loved the 6 questions video. Hey, hi, Lasanda. I've never seen you before. You've never spoken before. Okay. Back to Jennifer. With Clara writing her letter, this would be a flashback. Okay. This is complicated. So are we done with the details? Before I show you how to do this, don't let me show it to you and then add a new thing. Tell me that you're ready to hear the whole thing, and then I will show you how to do it. It's harder to do that for TV. The TV? Yeah. Writing a treatment of a TV series is like, don't do it. Don't do it, if at all. The show episodes. Is great. Yes. But did they have treatments in that? Are we no longer talking about treatments? Maria knows me so well. Warning. Warning. I am right. I am ranting, but I'm right. Thank you. Oh, cool. That's so great. Thank you. I would love to hear from your film professors. Yes, give the producers a log line. Give them a page if they need it. That's fair. You should have, by the way, while you should never do a treatment unless someone is paying you, and honestly, even then, I would do the treatment in outline form. In other words, I would basically use this format for the treatment. Make it a little more readable, but I would still at least keep it in outline scene form so that you've got some sense of the actual work to be done. Yay, Shez. Okay. Yes. Oh, by the way, that's the other thing. If you write a treatment and then they ask you to make changes, pretty soon you're doing rewrites on the treatment and you haven't even gotten to the script yet. Money is the only incentive to write a treatment. But do not consider, I am a producer who might buy your script, money incentive. That's not money incentive. That is a scam. That's free work for a person who is giving you nothing. Do not do that. Only write if someone writes a check in advance for a treatment. Outline is bigger and better than a treatment. Cool. Great. I'm so glad. Okay. All right. Okay, let's solve Jennifer's problem. All right. Here is it. Pitch page is better than treatment. Maria has got this down to math. All right. So let us do this. Okay. We are going to add a scene here. So the scene starts with, if I am correct, I'm going back through Jennifer. Jennifer's got Zoe is, hang on. Okay. Zoe is reading the letter, then we're flashing back. Okay, this is not hard. Interior. Zoe's office. Night. Tears streaming down her face. Zoe reads the letter. And who is it? Clara. Clara. VO. Dearest Zoe, I am sorry I did not tell you I am a werewolf. It seemed like you would not accept me into your paratroopers, your mercenary squad. Okay, so then, okay, we're gonna do interior, Clara's castle, night, flashback. Clara is writing the letter by the light of her desk lamp. But I think I would be very useful to you, especially on full moon nights. Okay, so that's how you do it. You got it? Does that make sense? You start here. You might want to do this in italics. I like to do flashbacks in italics just because it helps us to see it as different. So you do Clara VO. Zoe is reading the letter. Clara's VO, dearest Zoe, I am sorry. Then you dissolve to, you don't have to, but I just did it because that's, it's one of the rare places where a dissolve makes sense because you're in the middle of the letter and the voice is carrying over. And then you'd write, Clara's writing the letter. Does that help? You got it? Making sense? Okay. Let me see if, now I have to go all the way back down. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so let's quickly say, I do believe that it is really useful for a writer to figure out a log line, because a log line is essentially this thing I put in my overview document, which is at the top of the overview, I've got the title, and then this is in less, not sort of postery form, my logline. A romantic comedy thriller, the genre, limited series, the format, about main characters, a couple who fall in love when they get involved with an online amateur crime-solving community. That's the thing that gets them involved in the story. And then whose hunt for a serial killer provokes the killer to come after them. That is the twist, the thing that is going to make you say, gee, I wonder what happens. So this is essentially, could be reformatted as a log line. And there you go. So that, I think everyone should have that pinned to the top of their, sort of big picture documents, that they remember what the story is. And also, if anyone says to you, what's your story? You can say, it's boom, and you've got it. Then it is useful and it is fair for people to ask for a one-page summary of a pitch of the script, which goes as far as this but does not tell the ending. A one-page, several paragraphs describing who the main characters are, what the thing is that gets the story started, what's the big main question of the story, which in this case is what are they going to do when the serial killer's after them? And then you leave it with and at the end, will they be able to, form a team and defeat a wily killer? Something like that. Anyway, so yes, let's see. Okay. Treatments of today are 1-page, 2-page summaries. Oh yeah. Yeah. If that's a treatment, fine. In my day, a treatment was 10 pages or more, and it was prose, and it was horrible. That's so cool. I am so glad. I am finishing university soon. Congratulations. Good. Hopefully with a decent short film under my belt. Yes. Do you have any advice for me since I'll be getting a random job? How can I stay creative around it? I actually think I answered this in one of the AMAAs, the Ask Me Anythings. I will take a look. But look there. There's something like what somebody asked me, what is a good job for a screenwriter? What's a good day job? And the answer is it depends on you. It depends on how much money you need to make, what kind of life you're supporting. Like if you have, when I was trying to make my way as a screenwriter and not making any money, I had very, very cheap rent. I mean, it was cheap for New York, but so I could be an office temp because that was a good job for me because I could still, nobody expected anything of me at that job. On the other hand, there's some people who are like, I want to work in the business and I want to work in a producer's office so that I see what they all say about it. But that means you'll have no free time. So you have to decide what's interesting to you. Be sure that you can take care of yourself. Be sure that whatever the job is, it is not so unimportant to your career that you actually can't pay your rent. You need to have some kind of job from I know somebody who was a night watchman essentially because nobody bugged them while they could write on the job. I was a receptionist for a long time, for over a year, because when nobody was coming to the door, I had to answer a few phones, but mainly I just had to sit there and keep people from going into the office unexpectedly, and I could write and read at my desk. On the other hand, sometimes a good steady job, like teaching, like if you're like a high school teacher, you're going to work really, really hard, but you do get summers off, and that could, I don't know how it works now. That was an option for me. Anyway, yes, Maria hired a production assistant. Okay, thank you. That is so cool. The great thing about being a production assistant at some company that is entertainment oriented is you're going to learn a lot about the business. The bad thing is, Maria, I am sure, expects this production assistant to work at the job and not to sit around writing their own stuff. So that's the thing. Okay, good. Yay. This is why I love this channel. But why? Because I never get my own work done? I skipped your question. How do you make a script powerful and impactful? Honestly, Kirby, this answer, I saw it is just too big. That's just too big a question. That's the answer of be a good writer. I mean, that's everything that I can think of on my channel is about that. Every single one of my videos is in some way trying to get you to that place. How do you make a script powerful? Good characters, good story, good writing, everything about it. There are set pieces, flashbacks, everything about writing comes into the question of how do you make a script powerful and impactful. That's basically how do you write. Everybody is trying to do that at all times. So my answer is you make a script powerful and impactful by writing a lot of scripts by being determined to educate yourself and to continually improve. And you watch every single video on my channel in the first three areas, the essentials, the tools and skills, and the process. You watch all of those. That's how you do it. Yes, loglines are very important because it helps you to know what story you're telling. Aside from the fact that they're very useful in the business, however, the main thing about a logline is essentially you are telling yourself the center of the story. Truthfully, in a way, the logline answers the famous 6 questions. Without giving away too much of the ending, but implied in your knowledge of it is how are they going to resolve this logline issue. Cool. That's great. I am doing my best to make things yes, absolutely. There's a lot of stuff where you can see people doing this. Yes, loglines are a great way to understand the thing. Yes, You Got Mail, lovely. Nora Ephron, fabulous writer. Yes. Yes, I used to, Natasha, damn, she just works hard. I used to write after cleaning offices while waiting for others to finish. Yeah, everybody, you take the job that makes sense to you. I mean, there's famous writers who were doctors or pharmacists or insurance agents, and they just found their time. Also, it does not matter if you write an hour a day or 6 hours a day. What matters is that you write constantly, continually, productively over time. That's the key. There have been lots of times in my life when I could barely scrape 15 minutes together to write something. But you just try and work it. You try and also it's not all or nothing. It's not like you sign on and say, okay, I'm going to do this job. Talking about jobs here, day jobs for writers. It's, try different things and see. Like I started trying to work in publishing. And after 6 months, I had to leave and become the receptionist because they were like, you're not working very hard. And they were right. And the answer was, I didn't want to work very hard. I was just looking for something to pay the rent while I wrote my own stuff. Okay. Yeah. This is true. Swiss Army Man. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Swiss Army Man, I have seen. I think it is fabulous. I think it is wild and breaks a lot of rules in a great way. Yes, exactly. Good movie out of it. There is no such thing, as far as I'm concerned, and I will be doing stuff about this down the line when I finish this script, so you should let me finish it. I want to do a bad idea challenge, which is there is no such thing as a bad idea, and I want people to send me the worst idea that they can imagine, because I will show you how you can make it good. There is no such thing as a bad idea. It's what do you do with the idea? Any idea can be okay. It really, really can. So let's just, sorry, gonna have to take a phone call very shortly. Got some family stuff going on. And look, we've hit the end of the chat. So at the moment, anyway, I think I'm gonna, because I have now written into my script about Clara and Zoe, I'm gonna just delete that. Okay. And that said, I'm a little distracted because my dad is not doing too well, and I need to call them back and find out what's going on. So I will say to you, see you tomorrow. I'm gonna keep doing this tomorrow. Until then, go. Oh wait, I can't do that while this is on. All right. Go write something.